Good morning. Today I'm going to be setting up my bullet journal for the week of January 15th, 2017. Oh, 2018. God, what year is it? This is part of my Plan As You Go series. So while I will be spending most of this video working on my bullet journal, I will at the end go into my Erin Condren planner and get it updated for Monday. I'll let you know when I get to the end of the video when I am going to do that. This Plan As You Go series is a month-long series where I show how I use my bullet journal and my Erin Condren in tandem. Yesterday was Erin Condren's day to be the focus of the video because I set up on Sundays, but I set up my bullet journal on Mondays. I'm not going to flip too much through it. I'm just going to start working on it because I've been going through it all week. This last week I did not get a lot done because I've been sick. I'm still super congested, which in part is just because of the weather. Now it's back to being gloomy and kind of moist outside as opposed to nice, and my body just reacts very strongly to weather changes. If I sound super nasally and congested, then that's probably why. Finally, after a bunch of shit days, we're getting back to the regular ass day. My Urine Pixels is tracking my pain and whether I take pain medications at night, just for those of you who are coming to this for the first time. Let's take a look at this week just real quick. I've got, as you can see, this is this week, and I've got a lot going on. I need to make sure to really use my time wisely this week. This list has not gotten a lot checked off of it. I think I'm going to try and check off a bunch of this week, and I'm pretty sure I can check off a bunch of it. I'm going to have to. Some of it's due this week. Let's check off my habits, then we'll go ahead and look at them overall for the last week or so and see kind of where I'm at. Looking at my habits, I have done pretty well on a few of them. For everything else, there has been some spottiness, and then there's a few on here where I haven't touched them at all. We're gonna have to revisit those at the end of the month and see if maybe they need to just either be removed from my tracker and tried another time, or I need to find a better way to focus on them. Yesterday, I was very, very grateful. If you watch my Instagram stories, they still should be up for at least a little bit of time. My cat, we got him a cat tree for Christmas, and he was angry with it and fighting with it and having the time of his life. I am so grateful for the cat tree. TV shows, I talked about this yesterday, but I did binge watch one season of The Exorcist when I was sick on Saturday. If I binge watch another show, that means that I spent another day not getting shit done because I was not feeling good or lazy, and I would prefer to have that not happen this week, but I would not mind picking up an hour or two of each of these over the course of the week. For Oh So Cute Doodles, today is Human Heart. Maybe. For the Space Doodles, we have Mars, which has polar ice caps, does it not? And then for my word of the day, I can't do that until I draw in this week's shit, so I am going to do that now. Here's my bullet journaling for the week. I did not, oh, I need to check off some of the things I did this weekend. I didn't do all of them, but I did do a few things. Actually, I did not do very many of them. This was my week. As you can see, my time tracker reflects how I was feeling last week. I did not get a lot of my priorities finished. I stopped tracking my blood pressure because I failed at it, and I got my words done. So here is where I need to continue to move on. What I want to do, actually, though, is create one of these as a collection page for a bunch of things I need to get done over the next day or so for the Planners Rock meetup. I just want to get them all in one place so I can check them off. I did that earlier in this bullet journal, not my little priorities box. I did something else. Did I do that? And was it this bullet journal that I did? And it might have been my other bullet journal I did, and I don't remember. Maybe it was my first bullet journal. I made a big half page or something of specific things I had to get done at a certain time. Well, I want to get this Planners Rock shit in on this page, and then I'm going to leave one of these pages blank for a collection. I'll probably add that collection in sometime this week. I don't know what collection it will be, but kind of how I did my sermon on this page and then left this blank and then came back to it and did my brushables collection, I want to do the same thing here. So this is my big list of things to get done in the next couple days for Planners Rock. I need to add it to my index really quick. I don't know if having this many index pages is ever going to be something that's going to be useful for me. I'm going to save this for a collection to be determined. Whoa. Let's move to the next blank spread and start drawing in my weekly layout, which I am going to leave the same, even though I did not do my blood pressure this week. I really like how it is working out for me, so I am going to leave this the same. I like using the same washi tape every week for the month. I do, but I think I'm starting to get bored of it. I'm used to kind of going cuckoo bananas with different washi tapes, so I think I will still do this for this month just to give it the college try of giving a whole month with the same washi tape and everything. Maybe I'm just in the rut right now of it, and then next month or next week I'll be like, no, just kidding, I really love it, you know. So we'll see how that goes, and we will see what happens over the next couple of weeks. We're only what, 2 weeks in? 3 weeks in, 2 weeks in. I think this is my third BJ setup of the month. Demonetized, because I said BJ. I'm kind of just going with the flow that I've been going with instead of being creative today, because I'm still a wee bit like groggy and feeling kind of poopy. Not like, I'm not sick anymore, I don't think, except for my allergies or whatever being so fucking brutal. I'm very run down, and my brain feels like it's still taking some time to catch up with everything that I have missed out on over the week. Today is not going to be bountiful in creativity. Today is not going to be like a cornucopia, a veritable feast of creativity. I'm trying really hard to kind of not go too fast either, like I usually do, where I try and like hustle through it because I think I'm like that fucking on top of shit. I have this feeling that I am going to screw up really bad if I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Now, I also need to remember to spell priorities right. Oh, I spelled it right this week. It was this last week right here. I forgot an I. Whoops. I didn't notice. And I don't think anybody else noticed. At least nobody told me about it until one of my patrons did way later in the week when she was like, has anybody else noticed that priorities is spelled wrong? Yeah, I am a professional. Nobody said that my skills were in spelling. Priorities. I spelled it right. Woohoo! Now I'm gonna go and add some accents with my Tombow. I'm gonna take a few seconds and write in my priorities for the week. And I'm going to utilize last week's list that didn't get finished. Something I know for sure I need to get done this week. And then I'm actually going to dip into my best year work and look and see what I have listed for this week in here as well. I'm going to take a second and fill in time tracking for today thus far. I'm not doing it for yesterday because, like I showed you already, that was where I was at with time tracking this last weekend. Basically, all I have to fill in today is that I slept until 8. I lay in bed fucking around on social media until 8:30, and then we're at where we're at now. Now I'm going to do my Mama's Love Lettering Every Damn Day page. My word for today is, uh-oh, sunlight's starting to shine in. I may not be able to do my Erin Condren shit. I'm gonna have to, we'll see what happens. Oh, where's my list? I don't know what's happening. Oh no, I'm distracted by the sunlight like a vampire. Oh Christ, proctocolonoscopy. I am an asshole. Well, I made it. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's get to my bullet journaling for the day before the sun totally blasts. I might be able to block some of it. Racing against the clock. What is it with the sun being out? I thought it was supposed to be cloudy today. I thought we were supposed to have thunderstorms. I'm going to use this Micron PN, since it's Martin Luther King Day today, to write in one of my favorite MLK quotes that he paraphrased from the preacher Theodore Parker. It's one of my favorite images when it comes to justice work. There is my bullet journal for the day. It's mostly, some of it is repeat, some of it's pulled off of my priorities list. I just need to see if I can get some actual shit taken care of. I have a lot of meetings and shit this week, so I need to go into it on a strong foot. Now I am going to figure out how to block some of this sunlight so I can do my Erin Condren for the day right quick, but this is the end of the bullet journal portion of this video. I think I've blocked a little bit of that sunlight. Let's go into Monday in my bullet journal and get it set up. My husband has a day off, but I need to get some work done today. God, there's still sunlight coming in here too over on this end. This is gonna have to go really fast. What I plan on doing is blocking off some time for work and then putting in that we are going to undecorate tonight. I'm not sure how I feel about that word. I've heard it used a few times in the internet world. And I'm going to use this little flag here, and I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to slap this little house on top of it for some layering sexiness, except for, you know, making sure that the layering sexiness is at least somewhat straight. And I will write in Take Down Christmas and do some housework. We have meal plan written in as well. You get my to-dos for the day. And then I'm also going to migrate over my to-do list from the previous week. My Monday is filled out and ready to go. And I think at this point, I am done. The Plan As You Go week is going to continue, where I show again my bullet journal, my Erin Condren in tandem. What are you planning on doing today? And if you are working today, let me know what you're working on. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.